Toyota Camry Hybrid Special Edition or Limited Edition 2025. The car I've already driven for maybe like 1,500 kilometers, maybe a bit more. Yeah, I think it's a bit more. With a relatively, like I would say, an insanely powerful engine for, especially for this tiny car. It accelerates faster than I even think about pressing the gas pedal. And for hybrid, it just means it's very fuel efficient. I've been getting like, oh my god, like I'm struggling with it every single time. Where is it? Okay, it's somewhere here. Yeah, the engine is like this. The hood is very heavy, Jesus. Yeah, I still have enough fluid for everything. Yeah, I'm getting like 50 miles per gallon, which is quite a lot. Never got anything like this before on any of the cars, because I've mostly been driving whatever SUVs. Interior is relatively nice, very typical screen. However, the bezels or the corners are just too huge. They should have extended the screen instead. Otherwise, I love all these buttons for climate control, for fan speed and everything. The gear shifter is very common. Yeah, is this Eco Normal Sport mode. They should have replaced it with like a rotator knob. Yeah, instead of these three dedicated full-blown knobs. For the steering wheel, very common as well, like lane centering, adaptive cruise control, adjusting the speed. Yeah, and it's just for this mode they should have placed the button somewhere here maybe. Same for this voice control, maybe they should have put it somewhere here, otherwise it's just a bit too ugly because this kind of steering wheel is cluttered with all these different knobs. Yeah, I kind of like that the auto switching for high and low beams is located here. You just press it here and you forget about it. On other cars you would have to kind of switch it this way. And here it's just like high beams all the time. Yeah, there are like a bunch of chargers there, by the way, which is very, very useful. For the space on the second row, I would say it's relatively spacious because I can comfortably sit still. My head is kind of hitting the roof because these seats are static, unadjustable, which is relatively sad. Yeah, I'm never sitting in the rear anyway. Yeah, for trunk it's all electrified. You just press this button and it magically opens it for you. You can easily fit a bunch of shoes in here and maybe some food. Yeah, never been a big fan of Toyota because of their relatively ugly design. However, this one, it looks relatively nice. It's just the wheels, the rims themselves could have been a bit bigger. The front grille could have been a bit more aggressive. And for the front lights themselves, I kind of dislike this, what is it, let's call it a placeholder or whatever. Yeah, they should have had like a full-blown headlight here instead. Otherwise, it's very comfortable to drive, very stable on the road. It's just never ever trust the lane centering because it's very dangerous. I've never seen such a dangerous lane centering on any car because I had some experience when like Ford Explorers and would randomly pull me into the ramp. This one is even worse. It would just randomly pull me anywhere. That's why I highly recommend you always, absolutely always keep the hands on the steering wheel. Yeah, what wheels are these? Maybe like 15 inches, 16 inches, I'm unsure. Otherwise, yeah, I think this is like the main sensor somewhere here. Maybe no. Anyways, there is just a single camera maybe. Never even learned how many horsepower this car has. It just accelerates really, really fast for this relatively spacious car. And what I see, I dislike something else. Maybe the thing is that it's all kind of manual, seat adjustments are manual, and yeah, they should have put the screen like on Mazda a bit higher, and it would have been much nicer experience. There is probably nothing else to say about this car. Okay, there is like a full-blown dedicated EV mode that I've never even used. Okay, I'm actually, it's automatic all the time. It only works up to like 30-35 miles per hour. Yep. Yeah, and I'll go to the national park in a few minutes.